I tread with great fear and trepidation into this territory, and I'm sure Lady C will have something to say. She always does. I mean, she is the doyen of hot gossip when it comes to that sort of thing, and she can turn up anywhere, generally GB News or Talk TV, with some sort of insider scoop, which is not necessarily predicated on absolute truth. But I don't think veracity is her thing. I think her thing is her friends and simply the opportunity to be heard. Um, but yeah, this is the problem. She is part of that process, stirring up the social media algorithm, the drama, the enthusiasm, the bonkers speculation. And there's a number of bonkers speculations going on. There's the there's a whole issue that surrounds Prince Harry, and the court case, uh, and indeed a document that was read in the court, which suggests that all that car chase back in New York, when he and his mother-in-law and his wife were locked in a car and tearing around New York in the middle of the night, and people were saying, "Oh, that's not possible. Oh, that's not possible." Well, the NYPD has not only said that it was possible, but that they were being pursued by reckless paparazzi, that their security was compromised, that the police took action, that it was relentlessly dangerous, and that there was enough evidence to arrest two people for their behaviour. Well, it doesn't say whether those two people, presumably paparazzi, were arrested. Um, but I can understand why Prince Harry would feel anxious. He remains a member of the royal family, even if he's not, quote, a working royal. There's plenty of non-working royals who still get help and support, but they're not so high profile as Prince Harry. Prince Harry is high profile, and he's very, very directly linked to the monarch. And I think a threat to Prince Harry would be a serious threat. And I hope at that point the Home Office would hang its head in shame, along with Revik or whatever the company company is that decides about royal security. They should both be ashamed of themselves. It's not about whether Harry deserves it or has earned it. It's about whether uh, the monarchy should have it, because the monarchy should not be worrying about um, these loose ends. And Harry is a loose end. And if you listen to the BBC and the various reports on this, they all say, "Oh, well, Harry has had specific threats as a result of him talking about his role in Afghanistan, targeting the Taliban. Now they're targeting him." Well, he was targeted by the Taliban before he even went out to Afghanistan, and there was enough speculation about whether or not he was allowed to go out to Afghanistan, because the Taliban had said that he was on a list. So this mealy-mouthed reportage that says that it's all to do with what he wrote in Spare is just complete rubbish. And I tire of this nasty Harry reporting. It's unnecessary, and in the end, it's going to blow up in the faces of the media gurus who look biased. I don't understand how a non-biased organisation can come up with this crap. Anyway, he's supposed to give 28 days notice, advance notice of coming to the UK if he wants to have security, and that's not guaranteed. In the same way, presumably, like the rap singer whose birthday it is today, who was denied a visa. After 5 months of planning a concert tour, he gets the denial about 3 or 4 days before the tour is supposed to begin. And Anyway, happy birthday. But and then we come to the bigger stuff. The bigger stuff is the Princess of Wales and her husband, the Prince of Wales, Prince William. And whatever you may think about the speculation which is running rife around social media about why the Princess of Wales had surgery, and if anybody can tell me exactly what a BBL procedure is, I'd be very interested. But how would anybody know? How would anybody? This is just pure and malicious speculation. Well, I don't know if it's malicious. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's it's just unnecessary, and that's the mildest speculation. Uh, what is more worrying is that with the king out of action because he's ill, with the Princess of Wales out of action because she's recovering, and then suddenly the Prince of Wales out of action for some personal reason, I think it's perfectly reasonable for the public to be concerned. Why is Prince William out of action? Because what happens is Prince Andrew steps into that vacuum, and that looks bad. Prince William was not only supposed to be walking down the road, a very, very short space, walking down the road to read at his godfather's memorial service. And he didn't do it for personal reasons. What on earth can they be? And I don't think a personal reason at this point is good enough. He's the heir to the throne. And it looks very odd. Apparently he's around functioning today. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know whether he's turned up to do it. But I think that triple whammy of the King, Catherine, and then William is too much. It's too much, and I think the public is going wild with speculation, and that will just mount and mount and mount, because it's not like the old days when you had the domestic press that you could gag, the foreign press that you could spurn. Now we've got the social media and the algorithms which are just being fed by the silence, and it will go on and on and on. And then there's Thomas Kingston, who died quite suddenly. And within that framework of speculation, there's even speculation about him and about vaccines and all this sort of rubbish. I find that speculation so sad and so unnecessary. I reference it because otherwise I just look incredibly coy and absurd. And I reference it because no doubt Lady C will be doing the same sort of thing, and she'll be doing it with a sort of drop in her voice as if it's so important, and the sort of voice that people use when they're whispering into the keyhole, because that is Lady C. She has a title, but none of the grace to go with it, and none of the wit to pass her gossip off as entertainment. It's disgraceful, prurient. It's disgusting, really. And GB News and Talk TV should know better. They're starting out in this business of media, and they need to set their goal a little higher than Lady C. I hope eventually they will. Lady C's got her place, but it's not as a regular contributor. It's as a gossip, peddling filth over the garden fence.